Hi YouTube, this is Lunaria from Butterfly Alchemist, and I moved into my mom's for this year while I'm getting medical treatment um, and starting physiotherapy, most likely occupational therapy, and things just to uh, get well, and different medications that will be much more effective. So I'm feeling very hopeful and happy about this. Um, so I think in light of that, it's fitting that I make an open video to those going through uh, disabilities and things that they can take away from their experience and how to frame it to yourself in a way that allows you to cope more um, efficiently. And these are kind of things that I wish I had realized a little sooner. So I'd rather anyone going through that to take it from someone similar in the sense that I may not have the same conditions as you, but these are things that are good to keep in mind. So the first thing I would say is keep in mind that you are still the same person from within. Your limitations of your body don't mean that you can't be a loving, generous, caring, resourceful person. All those things can grow in you and flourish in you. I think our society puts a lot of stock in productivity. And I think that the disabled community is actually a very strong counterbalance to that. Because if it weren't for people with disabilities, we would not have institutions to show care towards those who are physically fragile or struggling with something. We would not have the resources we have today pushing science to understand the body and mind better. And all the work you put into getting as well as you can will help people someday going through something similar to you to maybe have it a little easier. So never think that you are not productive. Maybe your work of going through all of that is not given a money value, but it is hard work to keep pushing through everything, and you should never discount that. So remember, you are making society have values that it's lacking right now by your existence and by you advocating. So don't give up advocating and believing you have a purpose. There's so much you can do. You know, we have so many gifts that we carry within us and talents, and I would say it's a time to really explore that and develop that, and not to languish in your sadness. It will be there sometimes, of course, but it's not the time to languish. And the truth is that's easier said than done, but it's something you keep working at changing. The things you can change. I would also say one thing I learned from my experience is if you aren't getting the medical care you need at a certain location, it's okay to really take a step back and look at how you're doing. And if you need to make a move, then you may have to make a move. But you have to consider those things and understand it's going to be a journey, and understand that God cares whatever you're facing. You may not understand. We don't always understand, but it doesn't mean that there's not care there. So I think another thing that I'm learning from this experience is a lot of things are probably going to surface in your mind that you haven't addressed. Sometimes when our bodies feel weaker, it also reduces the our ability to push away things. So don't be surprised if you learn a lot of things you've been suppressing, and know that as you work on just living your life, that those things in an emotional heart way can be dealt with day by day, step by step. And it doesn't mean you are less than. And you should not be ashamed of your disability. You should never feel like you're not enough because of your disability. It's okay that even if you're working on getting well, you accept yourself as you are too, or else it could be really challenging. So it reminds me of the quote, basically to work towards the best, but also accept what is right now. I'm not going to actually use that quote. There's not quite what I meant. But anyway, the point is to, again, be flexible about what your treatment plan looks like and where it may take you. Don't have any preconceived judgments on what will be required of you. Don't languish too long. Get in touch with skills you can still do or develop new ones. And recognize that your productivity goes a lot more beyond whether you are employed or not, and has to do with the person you're becoming. That matters so much more. Are you kind? Are you caring? Are you loving? Nobody says at a person's eulogy, this is their salary. They talk about if you were a good person, and if you were kind and caring and loving your neighbors. That's what really matters. So, anyway, I hope this helps. Thanks.